On this video, I'm talking about app selection. For most people, we all tend to download a lot of apps that we don't need, some apps that we do need. For a young person, you have most of these apps. You might have more to keep in touch with friends and family everywhere. You gotta have Twitter just in case you want to follow something that's happening in the news and you just don't want to have a news app. Entertainment, you gotta have if you have HBO, you gotta have that. If you have Amazon, Netflix, your own videos, YouTube. For iPhone users, you gotta have this to get ringtones and, well, you don't have to use it for wallpapers, but it's always good to have. I have to let HBO go. But, these are a good amount of apps to have for at least entertainment. Good to keep you, not bored when you're at the doctor's office or something that'll keep you entertained, especially if you have a good cell signal or they have Wi-Fi. Shopping, well, with Best Buy, great app because they just allowed you to use Touch ID to pay for things, or Apple Pay, my bad, Apple Pay to pay for things so you can just use your thumb. You gotta have your bank. If you have eBay, you gotta buy stuff, even though they're separating their companies. You still gotta have one that go with the other, so when you pay for stuff, it's right there. Amazon, you can get things good, cheap. The iTunes store, you can get your videos and everything, so good amount of apps. Only have 2 games, Fruit Ninja and Words with Friends. I try to keep my games small because I don't really game that much on my phone anymore like I used to. Let's see. These are apps that Apple gives you that nobody really uses. You can't get rid of them, as you can see. Let's see if I can try and do it. Oh, you can actually. But they'll still be in iTunes and they'll tell you to re-download them, something like that, whatever. These are apps that, you can read. I keep Googling here because if you search something, you're reading it. I have this in here for read because you gotta read what you're typing when you create a sign. Wikipedia, same thing, you gotta read it. Let's see. Well, I don't know if I have it as weather, but these are the apps that, Apple really doesn't let you delete, but they're helpful. So really, I guess I could change it to utility, but whatever. Photography, this is where I keep my camera and my photos app. So as you can see, let me see if I can get it to turn around. So I'm recording this while recording that. Maps is kind of self-explanatory. That's a good thing to have on your phone because it has gotten better since Apple initially rolled it out a few years ago. It was more of a Google Maps competitor, but Google Maps was still better. But Maps is now, it's pretty good. Mail, that's self-explanatory. That's where I keep my email at, where I get, my email. And extra stuff, I use this to be able to sync my Android Wear watch with my iPhone. Sounds odd, I know, but it's still possible to do. Even though I am planning on getting an Apple Watch probably in July, possibly, depending upon how I feel. SwiftKey, great keyboard, but I'm starting to use the Apple stock keyboard instead because it's a little bit fast with word prediction, and SwiftKey isn't. It's not like with Android. It's not the default keyboard. Once you download it and set it up to be used, you gotta go to the little globe and extra stuff. Now, good. Settings. That's self-explanatory. That's where you go for your settings. That's an app that's pretty useful when it comes to seeing about your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You can do it from the phone too, but you can also go here for Siri to turn that on, make sure it's male or female, voice feedback, all that good stuff. Crap, let my name be seen. Oh well. Brightness, you can change this stuff. All this. The App Store, that's Apple's claim to fame for, if you had an iPod, even though I don't know if they still sell those, even though people still talk about them, but haven't seen a new iPod in years. But it's a good app because, you can get all of these that aren't on the iPhone when you first start it on. Have 2 web browsers because I'm still a Chrome user a little bit, but Safari has been doing pretty well when Chrome doesn't want to act right because it has crashed on me a few times. The Bible, I read this every morning and randomly during the day if I just feel the need to just get an answer from, well, for me, from God, since I believe in God. For those who don't, sorry, I guess. Don't care. Um, and my main apps that I use outside of the Bible and Chrome and Safari and the App Store are these, because if you add somebody new to your phone, you can do that. If you know somebody else who has an iPhone, an iPod, or an iPad, FaceTime them, phone, you can make, well, it's a cell phone, so even if it's a supercomputer inside, you can still make phone calls. And they're pretty good. Messages, if you want to text somebody, you can iMessage them as well, which is kind of only Apple related, but messages in general, you can just text somebody and they most likely might respond. And music, I gotta turn it back around, my bad. Um, and this is pretty much all my music. iTunes Radio, which I don't use, but it's there if I want to use it. Playlist if I want to create one, and albums and all this extra stuff if I want to use them, but I don't, because I just don't. HBO Go, I'll just leave iTunes open, or music open, whatever. And that's pretty much it. Keep it simple. A lot of people will download apps that they never really look at. With certain apps, that you will use. Because for me, I use DirecTV often because I use it for my remote. If I don't really feel like finding my remote, or if I'm just feeling lazy, I can just change the channel from my phone. It'll happen on my TV within a matter of a half a second or a second or so. HBO Go if I want to just watch Game of Thrones or Entourage, which is my favorite show on HBO. Entourage is. Game of Thrones isn't bad, but I got kind of out of it for a while, but I'm getting back into it. Um, Amazon Instant Video if I want to just watch some Orphan Black or some other show that's on Amazon, I can do that. Netflix, that's one of the best video apps around. You can watch damn near any show that's been out since last year or so, like Orange is the New Black, which is coming back next month, so I'm happy about that. YouTube, I'm not gonna play any videos because I'm not gonna be sued for copyright or anything, but just you can be able to watch YouTube on your phone. I kind of wish that YouTube would be like Android. I don't want to allow you to have it in, this orientation when you're looking at videos to watch. But oh well. That's pretty much it. Just make sure you keep your app simple, useful, and reliable. As I'm thinking about deleting Chrome because it's been crashing on me a lot, so I'll get rid of it since it's possibly not working out on now. I might keep it. Might just wait for an update to come out within a week. But make sure you keep your app simple, useful, reliable. And if you're gonna have something like where is it? Oh gosh, I don't have GarageBand on here. As I said, I could show you GarageBand, but it's not on my phone. And it would take us a couple minutes to download, so I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, it's a good app that's on the iPad that you can be able to create different beats or something. Like if you're a movie producer, you can be able to use those sounds, I would hope, in your videos or movies and not be sued for using somebody else's music, possibly, but you can do things like that. So, I'm gonna go and have a good day. Hope everyone has a good day that watches this, and have a good weekend.